Life on Angola Death Row, waiting to die in Louisiana. The place where time stops. At the edge of the Mississippi River in Louisiana, there is a prison so big it looks like a small town. People call it Angola. Inside Angola, there is a hallway most people never see. It is quiet. The lights stay on all night. The doors never open unless guards say so. This is death row. Men here are not waiting for freedom. They are waiting for the state to decide the day they will die. Some have waited 10 years. Some 20. Some even 30 years. This is not a movie. This is real life. This is the story of what it's like to wake up every day on Angola Death Row, knowing tomorrow might not come. Arriving at Angola. Angola Prison sits on land that used to be a slave plantation. That history never left. When a man is sentenced to death in Louisiana, he is sent here. The ride to Angola is long and quiet. No music. No talking. When the prison gates close behind him, the sound is loud and final. It sounds like something ending. The man is searched. His clothes are taken. His name is replaced with a number. From this moment on, he is no longer called an inmate. He is called condemned. Guards walk him to a small cell in a long row of identical doors. Each cell is about the size of a bathroom. Inside the cell, a steel bed, a thin mattress, a toilet, a sink, concrete walls. That's it. The door shuts with a heavy metal sound. That sound will follow him in his dreams for years. This cell is where he will eat, where he will sleep, where he will think, and where he will wait. A day that never changes. On Angola Death Row, every day feels the same. The lights turn on early in the morning. Even if the man did not sleep, the day starts anyway. Breakfast comes through a slot in the door. A tray slides in. The slot closes. No choice. No talking. Most men eat slowly, not because the food is good but because it helps pass time. After breakfast, there is silence. Some men read books again and again. Some write letters to family. Some stare at the wall for hours. There is no work. No programs. No classes. Exercise is rare. Sometimes, a man is allowed into a small cage outside. The sky looks close, but freedom feels far away. Guards walk past the cells all day. Keys jingle. Boots echo. Every sound matters here. Because sometimes, a guard stops at a door for a reason no one wants. Waiting for a date. The hardest part of death row is not the cell. It is the waiting. A man on death row lives in fear of one letter. A letter that sets an execution date. The state does not tell you early. It comes suddenly. One day, everything is the same. The next day, time has a deadline. Some men cry. Some scream. Some go completely quiet. Others try to be strong, but fear shows in their eyes. Men talk through the walls at night. They ask each other questions like, "Did you hear something? Did your lawyer call?" What happens at the end? No one really knows. Some men believe they are innocent. Some admit their crimes. Some are still fighting in court. But death row does not care about feelings. It only cares about time. And time moves slowly, until it doesn't. The sound of execution day. On death row, everyone knows when an execution is coming. You don't need an announcement. You can feel it. The prison becomes quieter than normal. Guards move differently. Their voices are low. The man scheduled to die is taken from his cell early. Not running. Not dragged. Just walking, slowly. Other men on death row press their ears to the walls. They stop breathing. They listen. They hear chains. Doors opening. Doors closing. Then nothing. That night, the lights never seem to turn off. Men lie awake on steel beds, staring at the ceiling. Some pray. Some shake. Some talk to themselves. They all know one thing for sure. Tomorrow, there will be one less voice in the hallway. How men survive the wait. Waiting to die changes a person. Some men become angry. They shout at guards. They break rules. Others go the opposite way. They become quiet, gentle. Many turn to religion. They read the Bible, the Quran, or other holy books. Not always because they believe, but because they need hope. Some men help others on death row. They explain legal papers. They write letters for men who can't read well. Friendships form through walls. Men who have never seen each other's faces know each other's voices by heart. They talk about their childhoods, their mistakes, their families, because here, talking keeps you human. Family on the other side of the glass. Visits on death row are different. There are no hugs, no handshakes. A thick glass wall separates the man from his family. They speak through phones. Mothers cry. Fathers struggle to look strong. Children grow older every year. Some families stop coming. The pain becomes too much. Others never miss a visit. They talk about small things. Weather, cool, football, food. They avoid talking about death. When the visit ends, the phone hangs up. The guard signals it's over. The man walks back to his cell alone. That goodbye feels heavier every time. Lawyers, appeals, and false hope. Most men on Angola Death Row live between hope and fear. Their lawyers file appeals. They search for mistakes in the trial. Missing evidence. Bad witnesses. Unfair juries. Sometimes, an execution is stopped at the last minute. Sometimes, a sentence is changed. When that happens, death row celebrates quietly. Not loudly. Not happily. Just relief. But for every saved life, many are not. When appeals run out, the truth becomes clear. There is nothing left to fight. Only time. The men who have been there too long. Some men have lived on death row longer than they lived outside prison. They arrived young. They are old now. Their hair turns gray. Their hands shake. They know every sound of the prison. Every guard shift. Every routine. New men arrive scared and confused. The older ones explain the rules. They say things like, keep your head down. Write your family. Don't stop reading. They are not teachers. They are survivors. But even they know, no one survives forever here. When night is the hardest. Night is the worst time on death row. The prison quiets down. Thoughts get louder. Men think about the crime, the trial, the victim, their family. Some feel guilt. Some feel anger. Some feel empty. Sleep does not come easy. And when it does, nightmares follow. Morning always comes. But peace rarely does. A system that never stops. Angola Death Row keeps moving. New men come in. Others leave. Never to return. The cells are cleaned. The doors close again. For the men still waiting, life goes on exactly the same. Same walls. Same bed. Same fear. Waiting to die in Louisiana is not loud. It is slow. It is quiet. It is heavy. And for many men on Angola Death Row, the waiting is the punishment. The night before, when a man is told his execution is tomorrow, the world changes. The guards speak softer. The chaplain visits more than once. The lawyer makes one last call. The man is moved to a special cell, closer to the execution chamber. It is cleaner, brighter, colder. He is allowed to choose his last meal. Some men choose big meals. Others refuse to eat. Some write final letters. Hands shaking. Words simple. They say things like, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. That night, sleep does not come. The man listens to every sound, every step, every breath, because this is the last night he will ever hear the world. The final walk. Execution day begins early. The man is given clean clothes. He is searched carefully. The chaplain walks beside him. So do the guards. No rushing. No shouting. Just slow footsteps down a short hallway. The execution chamber is small. Bright lights. A bed with straps. Witnesses sit behind glass. Some are family of the victim. Some are reporters. The man is strapped down. His arms. His legs. A microphone is placed near his face. He is asked if he has last words. Some apologize. Some pray. Some say nothing at all. Then the room goes silent. After the door closes. When the execution is over, the prison does not stop. Paperwork is signed. The body is taken away. Guards return to their posts. Keys jingle again. On death row, the other men feel it. They know exactly what happened. No announcement is made. But one cell stays empty. Men whisper prayers through the walls. Some cry quietly. Some say nothing. Another name is gone. Another number erased. The men still waiting. For the men still on Angola Death Row, life continues. Breakfast trays slide through slots. Books are opened. Letters are written. But something has changed. They think, that could be me next. How much time do I have? Will anyone remember me? Some men lose hope. Others hold on to it harder than ever. Because hope is the only thing the prison cannot take. The question no one can escape. Angola Death Row forces one question on everyone. Is waiting to die justice? Some say yes. Some say no. But inside those concrete walls, opinions don't matter. Only time does. And time always wins. When hope comes back from the dead. Sometimes, something unexpected happens on Angola Death Row. A lawyer calls with news. New evidence. A witness who lied. A rule that was broken during the trial. For a moment, hope returns. Men who stopped talking begin to speak again. Men who stopped reading open books. One case can change everything. If one man's sentence is reduced or overturned, others start to believe again. They say, maybe it can happen for me. Maybe I won't die here. But hope on death row is fragile. It can lift a man up, or break him even harder if it disappears again. The guards who see everything. The guards on death row are not the same as in other prisons. They see men arrive young. They see them grow old. They see them leave for the last time. Some guards stay distant. They follow rules. They don't ask questions. Others talk to the men. They learn their stories. They hear about their families. Over time it becomes harder. One guard once said, "I don't think about what they did. I think about what it does to a human to wait like this." But guards cannot show weakness. They must keep walking. Keep unlocking doors. Keep time moving. Men who claim they are innocent. On Angola Death Row, many men say the same thing. I didn't do it. Some were convicted with weak evidence. Some had bad lawyers. Some were judged by juries that did not look like them. They spend years writing appeals by hand, studying law books, fighting a system much bigger than them. Others on death row listen quietly. No one knows the full truth. But one thing is certain. If an innocent man is executed, there is no way to fix it. That thought keeps many men awake at night. Time moves differently here. On death row, time feels strange. Days are slow. Years disappear. Men count time in small ways. How many books they've read. How many letters they've written. How many birthdays they've missed. Outside the prison, the world changes. Phones get smarter. Cities grow. People move on. Inside, the walls stay the same. A man can live on death row so long that freedom becomes hard to imagine. A letter never sent. Some men write letters they never mail. Letters to victims' families. Letters to their younger selves. Letters to God. They write, "I wish I could go back. I wish I chose differently. I wish this wasn't the end." These letters stay folded under mattresses, hidden in books. Because sometimes, writing is the only way to breathe. The fear that never leaves. Even without an execution date, fear is always there. Every time footsteps stop outside a cell, the heart races. Every time a guard says a name, the body freezes. Men learn to live with fear, but they never get used to it. Fear becomes part of breathing, part of waking up, part of sleeping. The story is not over. Angola Death Row is still full. Men are still waiting. Lawyers are still fighting. The state is still deciding. Some stories will end suddenly. Others will stretch on for years. Behind every door is a human life, a past, a choice, a regret. And as long as those doors stay closed, the waiting continues. When the world forgets you, after many years on death row, something painful happens. The world forgets. News stops calling. Friends stop writing. Some family members pass away. Letters slow down, then stop. Birthdays come and go without a card. Holidays feel like regular days. The men notice it. They say things like, "I guess everyone moved on." I don't blame them, but forgetting hurts more than anger. Because to be forgotten means your life feels like it never mattered. The men who still dream. Even on death row, men still dream. Some dream of walking outside again. Some dream of sitting at a kitchen table. Some dream of hearing their mother's voice one more time. Dreams come strongest at night. For a moment, the walls disappear. The bars are gone. Then morning comes, and reality returns. Still, the dreams continue, because dreaming is free, and no prison can lock that away. The youngest and the oldest. New men still arrive on death row. Some are very young, barely adults. They are scared, confused, quiet. The older men watch them closely. They offer advice through the walls. Read everything. Don't give up on appeals. Take care of your mind. The young men listen, because on death row, experience is survival. When executions stop and start again, sometimes executions stop for a while. New laws, court decisions, changes in politics. Men begin to hope again. They think, maybe they won't kill anyone anymore. Maybe this is the end of executions. Then one day, it starts again. An execution date is set. The fear comes back stronger than before, because the waiting starts all over again. Faith tested by time. Many men turn to faith on death row. Some find peace. Others struggle. They ask hard questions. Why me? Why this place? Is there forgiveness for someone like me? Some believe until the end. Some lose belief completely. But everyone searches for meaning, because waiting without meaning feels impossible. The cell never gets bigger. No matter how long a man lives on death row, the cell never changes. Same size, same walls, same door. A man can grow older, wiser, calmer, but the cell stays the same. It reminds him every day, you are still here. A name called down the hall. One day, a guard calls a name. Not shouting, not angry, just calm. The hallway goes silent. The man listens. Is it his name? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. But every time the heart pounds. Because on death row, a name can change everything. The wait continues. Angola Death Row does not rush. It waits. Men wake up. Men sleep. Men hope. Men fear. The doors stay locked. The lights stay on. And somewhere in the hallway, time keeps walking. The story does not end here. Because for the men on Angola Death Row, the waiting is still happening. The waiting that never ends. Angola Death Row is not just a place. It is a state of waiting. Waiting for a letter. Waiting for a call. Waiting for footsteps to stop at a door. Some men here are guilty. Some say they are innocent. All of them are human. Behind every steel door is a life frozen in time. A story that does not move forward. A clock that ticks without mercy. The world outside keeps changing. New days begin. New lives start. But inside Angola Death Row, yesterday and tomorrow feel the same. This is not about one man. It is about a system. A question that has no easy answer. What does justice really look like? When punishment means waiting to die. As long as those lights stay on. As long as those doors stay closed. The waiting continues. And somewhere in that quiet hallway, a man lies awake tonight, listening for footsteps.